We all are relying on internet to be a trusted place to get and share information. We use internet for buying real and digital goods, collaborate with business partner, handle the task of everyday life like paying, sharing thoughts by social network like Facebook, WhatsApp, Twitter, etc. But whether our privacy is being protected or not, that is a question to worry about. It is a great honor to be here. It is an indeed privilege to represent and speak on behalf of School of Computer IPS Academy, Indore and Research Foundation of India. I, Jessica Moore, student of IMCA 2nd Sem, SOC IPS Academy. Welcome you all. Today, we all are here for webinar on this very important topic of cyber security. So let's start the event with greetings. Good morning, respected Dr. Saurabh Jain, Chairman and CEO of RFI, Dr. Professor Ashok Kumar Gupta, Chief Managing Director of RFI, Dr. Priya Darshani Agnihotri, now third board President of RFI, Dr. Ajay Jain, National Coordinator and President Research of Development RFI, Dr. Manish Pundlik, HOD, SSC IPS Academy. Today's speaker, Ms. Arushi Kulwal, ma'am, and all the participants. It's a grand opportunity of organization and association. I would like to thank our sponsor, SOC IPS Academy and RFI. Also, I would like to thank our sponsor, JHERF, World Virtual Conference Forum, World Federation of Science and Technology, International Research Guide Federation, Academic Research Guide Association, EDU Academic INC. Now, moving ahead, I would like to introduce Research Foundation of India. Research Foundation of India is concerned with approving the educational process by encouraging socially inquiry related to education and evaluation. Foundation conduct in-house activities such as workshop, training programs, conference, etc., and engage outreach activities such as publication of general books, etc. In RFI, near about 2.5 thousand members are faculty, researchers, graduate students, and other professionals with rich diverse expertise in education research. RFI is international in scope. RFI work for integration of intellectual ideas across to globally fulfill the three steps of innovation. Talk about SOC IPS Academy. School of Computers was established in year 1995. SOC IPS aims to be one of the premier institution of country. Mission of the department is creative, professional, and technological enabled manpower for meeting the current and future demand of the industry and society. To foster research and development culture is in close interaction with the computing and technology industry. Promoting synergistic partnership with the industry. The department, known for its faculties, placements, facilities, and infrastructure. So, moving onward, let's start the webinar. Leader don't create followers, they create more leaders. With this line, I'm glad to invite respected Dr. Saurabh Jain, CEO and Chairman of Research Foundation of India. I would like to sir to speak few words.
Sir, are you there?
Yes, Nikita ma'am. Namaskar. Good morning to
Yes,
all.
Now we are greeting Dr. Saurabh Jain, sir. So I think sir is not
Actually,
with us due
Saurabh Jain sir not connect with us, ma'am, because I'll check.
Yes, sir.
No, ma'am, please continue.
Okay, no problem, sir. Jessica, move ahead.
Please unmute yourself.
The kingdom of heaven is not a place, but a state of mind. With this line, I'm glad to invite respected Dr. Ashok Kumar Gupta, Chief Managing Director of RFI. I would like to, sir, speak few words.
नहीं जैसे आजकल थोड़ी सी में भी ये हो गई
Please
Please welcome, sir, for few words.
Hello,
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
am I audible?
Yes, sir, audible.
Yes, sir, audible.
Okay, thank you. Hello everyone.
Hello, sir.
This is Professor Dr. Ashok Kumar Gupta, CMD RFI. I feel honored to be invited to this webinar on security decoded, a glance at general security. The aim of this webinar is to provide the most complete and reliable source of information on the recent advancement in the field of general security. Webinar on security decoded, a glance at general security covers a broad range of topics in this field. The National Education Policy 2020 NEP 2020 has given a clarion call for holistic value-based education to prepare our youth and develop our nation. Education is fundamental for achieving full human potential, developing an equitable and just society, and promoting national development. It's my privilege and honor to welcome all the dignitaries, resource persons, and experts available for this webinar. I'd like to welcome a guest and expert, Ms. Arushi Kulwal, Security Analyst. I would like to welcome Dr. Saurabh Jain, Chairman and CEO, Research Foundation of India. I'm also thankful to Dr. Manish Pandit, Professor Gachika, Professor Nikita Sharma, Professor Priyadarshini Agnihotri, Dr. Ajay Jain, and the entire team of RFI and organizing institute, that is IPS Academy School of Computers, Indore. I'm thankful to all who have given their input in this webinar and all participants who made this webinar a success. For more information, you may contact through our official mail info@researchfoundationofindia.com, and you can visit our website www.researchfoundationofindia.com. Thanks for your passion. Thank you again. Over to you.
I appreciate your professionalism and want to thank you for the point you discussed. Now next, we look forward for the presence of Dr. Manish Pandit, HOD, SOC, IPS Academy. A leader is one who knows the way, who goes the way, and shows the way. With this line, I'm glad to invite Sir to speak few words.
Good morning, good morning, one and all. Due to technical issue, I am not able to on my video phone. Manish Pandit, Principal, IPS Academy, School of Computer Science. As we all know, our topic is security decoded. Glance at general security measures of everyone. We are going to have a great session on the topic. So, firstly, good morning, Dr. Saurabh Jain, Chairman and CEO of RFI, Dr. Professor Ashok Kumar Gupta, CMD of RFI, Dr. Priyadarshini Agnihotri, North-South Board, President of RFI, Professor Ajay Jain, National Coordinator and President, Research and Development of RFI, and our today's speaker is Arushi Kulwal. I'm sure this session will going to be a very interesting for all the participants. They will learn system security, system boundaries, system policy, access permission, and many more in this session. So thank you everyone. Thanks Nikita. Thanks Gresica. And once again, all the best to all of you. Thank you.
Our deepest thank you, sir. We're grateful for this time you share with us. Excellence is the gap between average and exceptional. Just this line, today's guest honor, Miss Arushi Kulwal ma'am, is an vice cyber security learner. She is a senior year student enrolled in cyber security bachelor's degree at VIT. She is interested in the threat intelligence domain of cyber security. She is currently interning with Cloud SEK as security analyst intern. She has experience in investigating phishing and fraud cases through her OSINT skills and knowledge. She also possesses research experience on different cybercrime forums and has intellectual understanding of adversary and threat actor behavior. Arushi ma'am has experience in writing content for blog and white papers exhibited through her blog and pre-year internship at Not So Secure. Miss Arushi ma'am has also been a speaker at COCO and California. She is an active member of various InfoSec communities, including WICYS, InfoSec Girls, and InfoSec Diversity. With this line, I would like to invite the subject expert of today's webinar, Ms. Arushi Kulwal ma'am, analyst. Now, I would like to request ma'am for this session, please. Please, ma'am.
Thank you, Jessica, for the warm introduction. Good morning, everyone. I am Arushi Kulwal. As Jessica introduced me very well, I am currently interning at CloudSec as a security analyst intern. And my role involves investigating various fraud cases for different clients, banks, and financial services. So today we will be talking about security decoded. But before we begin, I would like to take this opportunity to thank Research Foundation of India and IPS Academy for providing me with the opportunity to bring this session in place. So I'll quickly share my screen. Is my screen visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thanks a lot. I'll begin with our topic, security decoded, a glance at general security measures for everyone. So today, as Jessica already introduced me, I am currently working at CloudSec. I am a final year undergraduate at VIT, and my course involves a specialization in cybersecurity. So that is what has brought me into cybersecurity in the first place. I have been a speaker at various other conferences. COCON is the Kerala Police National Conference, and other security conferences too. And I express my knowledge in cybersecurity through my blogs and articles that I publish on my website. So let's begin with the topic. So first we will be talking about what is cybercrime, what the term involves, and why is it important. So cybercrime is a term used to broadly describe criminal activity in which computer networks are a tool or a target. This includes traditional crimes in which computers or networks are used to enable illicit activity. So any activity or a crime that involves computer networks as a tool, like used for conducting the crime, or are the target. So for example, someone is targeting a computer device, then all such crimes are classified as cybercrimes. Most, but not all, cybercrimes are committed by cybercriminals or hackers who want to make money. In our language, we call them threat actors. Cybercrime is carried out by individuals or organizations. So an individual, a single person can attack the system, or it can be an organization-based thing. So today, there are various organizations or hacker groups conducting cybercrimes. Moving on, why did I choose this topic, and why is it pressing? Is it of pressing importance in today's world? So Mumbai reported 46% surge in cybercrime cases in January to February 2022 compared to last year. So till 2021, just 2 months into 2022, a 46% rise in cybercrime cases was reported just in Mumbai. A total of 3.17 lakh, cybercrime cases and more than 5,000 FIRs were registered online through centralized portals in last 18 months in India as of March 2022. So over the last 18 months, let us say that it's 1.5 years, and over this time, around more than 3 lakh cybercrime cases were reported. And these are the ones that were reported. There will be a lot of cases that are not reported because people do not tend to go on and report cybercrimes, and more than 5,000 FIRs. And according to IBM, an organization, data breaches in India were estimated to cost an average of 16.5 crores in 2021. So data breaches itself, I mean cyber attacks on a company itself, costed 16.5 crores in 2021. That is a huge amount. So hence, because of all these statistics and the recent rise in cybercrime cases, we are discussing about general cybersecurity measures so that we as individuals as well as organizations can stay cyber safe. So let's begin with it. So today I will be talking about some of the most prevalent cyber crimes that everyone should be aware of, be it a student, a faculty, or just a general internet user. I will be talking about call spoofing, phishing, cyberbullying, profile hacking, ransomware attacks, and cyberstalking. But I will not be talking about them, just through explaining the definition and all. I would first tell a story, and after that story, I will be concluding that what cybercrime was conducted and how we can prevent it. And then, so this will be what I will be talking about, what not to do, and then I will be talking about what you should do to be cyber safe. So I'll be giving a more comprehensive approach to cyber safety. So let's begin with the first story. So Shabana is a widow. She lives alone in her independent house, and to keep herself occupied, she surfs the internet and is very active on social media, much like everyone today. But she's unaware of the social engineering and used to befriend anyone who used to send a friend request on social media if she could see some mutual friends. So one day, Shabana's son makes an emergency call and requests 1 lakh to be transferred, to his friend's account. So what happens one day? Shabana receives a phone call from her son, asking transfer around 1 lakh to his friend's account. Shabana verifies her son's number; it's valid, and she then makes the transfer of the amount. And after the transfer, when she calls her son on his number and asks him if the amount is reflecting in his account, she just to confirm, whenever we make a payment to someone else who is not near us, it is a general measure to confirm it through call. So when she does that, her son Shafiq is surprised as he has not called his mother at all. So if the call was not made by her son, who did make the call? So Shabana realized that she had become a victim of call spoofing and ended up transferring money to a scamster. So using certain apps, anyone can, any one phone number can be faked for calls and SMS. Scamsters can use this technique to trick other people. So this was a case of caller ID spoofing. What happens in this is that, a scammer may, just try to spoof or fool the victim by having a false image. In this case, the scammer was trying to look like the victim's son. So it is a practice of causing the telephone network to indicate to the receiver of a call with a false image of the caller. So hence this wasn't what the person was claiming to be. These kinds of crimes are very active nowadays, given the rise of e-commerce and online shopping, and online bank transfers. Earlier, we had to wait in queues in banks, but nowadays we are more open to options like UPI, Google Pay, using mobile phone apps for our banks. So hence, these kinds of cyber crimes are on a rise. Hence, we need to be aware on what to do and what not to do. So never trust caller ID information presented to you. Never give banking information to someone on a call. this is a measure that must be adopted. Nowadays, a lot of people receive calls from their banks asking for confidential information like their debit card CVV, expiry date, credit card number, OTP, some OTP received on their phone, their UPI PIN, their PAN card number, their address, etc. The list goes on. But and then we also I think most of you must have received one message from your specific bank that never give banking information to someone who claims to be from like SBI or BOI, because banks do not operate this way. They would never ask for your confidential information over call, because that is a trick being used by the scammers. So you may use Google reverse lookup or Truecaller for assistance. So yeah, using simple tools like Truecaller, you can just be cyber safe. So hence, don't deter from using these tools. Please use these tools and verify before you take some action, especially in online money transfers. You must verify that you are sending it to the right person. You must re-verify that there is no call spoofing involved. So yeah, this was about the first cybercrime. Moving on, so second one involves about a girl, Aishwarya, who is a shopaholic. She was a privileged member on many e-commerce sites. So we know a lot of e-commerce sites nowadays, like Myntra or Amazon, have privileged members. Like Amazon has Prime, and Myntra also has some scheme going on for people who do a lot of shopping on their apps. So sorry, every time she would wait for the right offers and make purchases. Also, she would redeem coupon codes. It is a very common practice. Nowadays, whenever we order, even on Swiggy and Zomato, we tend to use certain coupon codes to get discount, to get things for cheaper price. So she also used to, redeem coupon codes for online shopping. One day she gets an email from Walmart congratulating her for winning a handbag worth rupees 5,000 just for 500. So anyone who loves shopping, that is a dream, right? You are getting something worth rupees 5,000 just for rupees 500 on a shopping app. So she also gets a text from Walmart stating she could avail the offer 2 times, provided she pays online and not cash on delivery. So if she pays online, she can buy 2 bags for just rupees 1,000. Aishwarya rushes to the bank and deposits 1,000 and makes the online transaction. So she tries to make the online transaction of rupees 1,000 to whatever link she has received over email or SMS. Even after a month, the products were not delivered. She calls the helpline to find out, because that is what we do when our product delivery is late. So she realizes that the link she had clicked on was a fake URL, and it was clear case of phishing and message spoofing. So the message received on both email and SMS were not actually sent by Walmart or a legitimate e-commerce website. They were sent by some scammer who was trying to scam users who were using that website. She realized that whenever the offers are just unbelievable with massive discounts, you must be more alert and cross-verify. In this case, 90% discount. So now that doesn't sound very realistic, right? So she realized that whenever you see such unreasonable or unbelievable offers, you must cross-verify and be alert, and just not get flown away by the trying to shop everything and just get the bag and everything. So many Nigerian scam messages have flooded the internet where people fall prey. You must also be aware of it. So what this kind of cybercrime is called is phishing. Phishing is a type of social engineering attack. It is used to steal data, including login credentials and credit card numbers. So nowadays, a lot of emails that are often received on, I have seen my email, receiving such emails on my own Google account, that, there is this offer from HDFC Bank. If you open an account right now, if you update your bank details, you can get 5,000 rupees, for some kind of coupon or offer. Secondly, there are other messages like, with the rise in investments, people are very interested in, let's say, cryptocurrency and Bitcoin investments. There are also such scam messages circulating over email or SMS that if you click on this link, you can get, Bitcoin worth rupees 500 for free. And such messages are actually a part of a bigger scenario cyber attack known as phishing, which is a social engineering attack. Hence, what the attacker does is, attacker tries to get some sort of email. For example, let's talk about HDFC. Someone wants to, scam users of HDFC Bank. So what the scammer will do is, he or she will make a Google account, let's say HDFC Bank customer care @gmail.com, and will start sending out emails to users, just random users or certain email IDs he has got from some source. And he will mention in the email that your account is going to expire. Please update your account details to prevent any, extra charges. So the attacker would send such, phishing emails. And what often happens is, like, not just with non-technical people, but even the people working in the tech or people even working in cybersecurity sometimes thinks that it is a legitimate email and enter their details. So once the attacker gets the details, he stores it and later uses it to perform fraudulent transactions. So for example, if you have added your credit card information, the attacker can use it later to make huge amounts of transactions. Or if you have added your bank account number, IFSC code, etc., the fraudster can use that for conducting transactions and emptying your bank account. And these are things that are happening on a daily basis. So I have myself seen phishing websites existing for various banks. We, as an organization, have taken them down for our clients. So these are very, very active ones, especially using fake customer care numbers, because someone may call on that number and they may get it on call. So they may mix the previous crime and this one together to bring out a bigger crime. So hence, what we can do to prevent phishing is, again, think before you click on any link. Install an anti-phishing toolbar. That is not very mandatory, because if you are using Gmail, then Gmail has already taken anti-phishing measures. Keep your browsers up to date. Yes, even Google Chrome had certain security vulnerabilities in just the first quarter. They had 2 security vulnerabilities in Google Chrome itself. So Google Chrome has more than 3.5 billion users. So imagine a security vulnerability or a flaw or some kind of security flaw exists and it affects 3.5 billion people. What we can do is we can update our browsers. We can keep everything, be it our applications, be it our browsers, be it our antivirus softwares, keep them up to date. And if you are an organization, then use firewalls. Okay. So moving on to another story. So Shruti is a simple girl hailing from a middle class family. She believes in morals and ethics. The students in her college were mostly carefree and fashion freaks. So what would happen is that every day they would pull her leg, call her names, and make her feel miserable. So Rohan, the most famous boy in the college, called Shruti some words and told her to go back to her village. Shruti decided to put a full stop to this menace. She gains courage and asks him to get lost and mind his own business. Irritated, Rohan goes back and edits adult jokes with Shruti's name and forwards it to her friends. His friends, sorry. He also makes a troll page of Shruti, uploads memes and funny videos of her. And then Shruti becomes a laughing stock. And now she wishes to discontinue her studies. She later realizes that she should have informed authorities in college and lodged a complaint in the women's police station. So this is a bit different from the previous cybercrimes we discussed, but this is a very, very prevalent cybercrime. It is called cyberbullying. Cyberbullying is posting inflammatory messages or visuals about a person or organization in an online community with the sole intention of causing humiliation or nuisance to that person. So earlier, old school bullying used to happen on site, right? In person, I mean. And with COVID-19, with everything moving online, even schools, colleges, universities moving online, even the people who used to bully others moved online. So this is a new form of bullying, that is cyberbullying. So, anyone posting, inflammatory or offensive messages against the other person, affecting the other person, will be considered as cyberbullying. But why cyberbullying is important is because it has, impact on the victim's mental health, and that is very important. And the victims of cyberbullying include children, young adults, not just them, but majorly include women, children, and young adults. These constitute a lot, a lot of part of the India's population. Hence, what we can do to reduce cyberbullying is stand up against the wrong. Whenever you see someone getting cyberbullied or someone cyberbullying the person, stand the wrong. Try to state that this is wrong, and just start the initiative. Maybe other people will support you. Spreading awareness about cyberbullying, like this session is spreading awareness about cyberbullying, because in cyberbullying, often people don't realize that this can be counted as bullying, even the person who is bullying the other person. Undertaking small and large scale initiative to spread awareness, of course. So yeah, this was the story. Moving on to the next one. So Tanuja loves going to a cyber cafe to surf the web. One day she was surfing her Facebook and a Gmail was open in the other window. She gets an emergency call from home that her grandfather is admitted in some hospital. So Tanusha just rushes to the hospital to meet her grandpa. Upon reaching the hospital, she gets two alerts on her phone. One is Gmail ID reset, and the second one is Facebook password reset. So Tanuja realizes that she had not logged out of the system, thus her accounts got compromised. She was in a cyber cafe, which is a public place. Anyone can come and access the computers there. And she had not logged out both her Gmail and Facebook accounts there. So both her accounts were compromised. So remember, whenever you are using a device that is not yours, please log out of that device. Also, try to use virtual keyboards while entering passwords, especially at banking websites, because there are certain malwares that can even, read your keystrokes. When you type, there are certain sorts of viruses or malwares that can read what you are typing. So if you are typing your banking in, internet banking password, if it is monitoring you, can even read what you are typing, right? So try to use virtual keyboards while entering the password and other sensitive information. Avoid using free Wi-Fi at restaurants, airports, public places, etc. Use VPN whenever it's necessary. So what was this? This is a very, I guess most of the people must be aware of such a case. This is profile hacking that happens when your email or social networking profile is accessed by a probable stalker who compromises. But this is just hacking of the profile, right? What happens after it? What can be the consequences of it? Well, someone may use Tanuja's account to, change her profile picture or upload some other stuff that she won't like. Other than that, what can happen is, this is a very prevalent, cybercrime going on. Whenever someone's Facebook account is hacked, what the attacker does is he tries to send different, messages to various friends of that people or through Facebook Messenger, that I urgently require 1 lakh rupees. Please transfer this amount.
Ma'am, you are not audible.
Ma'am, Arushi ma'am. Ma'am, actually, we are not getting your voice. We are not able to understand what you are elaborating there. So, ma'am, we can do one thing. You can just leave the session and rejoin again. So that, ma'am, we will be able.
Am I audible now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Um, okay.
So participants wait for only 5 minutes. Ma'am is there. Ma'am is there. Yes, ma'am. आवाज आ रही है? तुम्हें आवाज आए तो बताओ।
Ma'am, am I audible now?
Yes, yes.
Okay, okay. Thank you. Please let me know if my voice breaks the presentation. Yeah, so I was talking about profile hacking, which happens when your email or social networking profile is accessed by a stalker. So what we can do is first use multi-factor authentication. You can easily go to your Facebook settings or other app settings and change it. Second, make strong and unrelated passwords. Don't use the same password over and over again. Imagine a person using the same password for Gmail, Facebook, Instagram, and a person getting access to Gmail also gets the access to Facebook and Instagram. So please don't use the same password. Please don't use your birth dates or your mother's birthday or some sort of personal detail or just your name at the rate 123. Like I will use a password Arushi 223. Then very easy for an attack. Don't use such passwords. But try to make your passwords unrelated, not related to yourself or your mother, father, brother, anything like that. And then get a password manager. Very easy. So a password manager manages all your passwords, keeps them secure, and you can access them whenever you need. I hope I'm audible right now.
Yes, ma'am. No.
Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Audible.
Cool. Okay. Yeah, so coming to the next story, Juveria is an NRI, completed her schooling from the US, and she's now in India to pursue engineering. She lives life to the fullest, and whatever she does, she uploads on social media. So you must be aware of social media influencers. She had 10,000 plus followers on Instagram. And she used to a check-in feature to update her whereabouts. So Instagram has a check-in feature, or Facebook even has a check-in feature. If you go to a hotel, you can add the location and add your picture and all that. So her life had minimum privacy, like almost no privacy. One day she decides to go to Goa on a solo trip. She updates her plan, on Instagram, and then there is a stalker named Kiran who used to keep track of all her details. He was a habitual offender and was out on bail recently. So what he does is he takes a bus to Goa and takes Juveria from his hotel room and expresses the desire to meet her. After checking out the profile, Juveria blocks that person, unaware about her fate. Sometime later, Kiran, as Kiran already had, had the information that where she will be staying, where she will be going, and all that, he follows her to the beach and molests her, when no one was around, and then he escapes. So Juveria feels terrible and regrets for updates and posts on social media. You must be aware of that. So this kind of cybercrime is cyber stalking. Cyber stalking is the use of internet as a means to stalk or harass another person by misusing the information uploaded on social media and other networking sites. So these are again not conventional cyber crimes, but still very active. In fact, there has been a 48% rise in cyber stalking since 2020. although there was the most of the year in 2021 was we were locked down in our homes, then too there has been a 48% increase in cyber stalking. So you can see how prevalent and how big a problem it is in India. So what people can do, avoid interacting with strangers online or being unnecessarily rude to them. Be careful of what personal information you share. See, whenever we make a social media account, we tend to create our own small world there. So whatever information you are sharing there, nothing goes off the internet ever. If you think that you delete a post and it goes off the internet, it doesn't. It stays there. If you post something publicly, you cannot take it away again. So please be careful of what information you want to share on the internet and how this information can be misused by a stalker or an attacker. Especially on social networking sites like Facebook and Instagram, people who update each and every in a day, each and every place they go, please try not to do that. And it is very easy to gain information about your frequent locations and people you care about from posts and pictures. Choose wisely what you want to share on the internet. Moving on, Alicia. So this is a very different story, and this is a cybercrime I really love to talk about. Alicia is an entrepreneur, and her company has 50 and 60 systems. So one day she receives an email from her vendor having an attachment. Alicia downloads the attachment. Her antivirus was not updated, so she didn't get any alerts. Upon opening the file, her system gets logged and all her files are encrypted. So what happens is she has received an email and she has received a document in that. So when we receive a document on email, we tend to download it to see what it is, right? She downloaded it and she had no antivirus software in her place. So no alerts were generated that this is this is not secure, this is not safe and all that. When she opened that file on her system, the downloaded one, her system was locked and all the files were encrypted. Encrypted again means locked. And she was not able to access anything on her system. And then there is an alert message that pops on her screen that 1 lakh rupees should be paid in Bitcoin to unlock this screen. Alicia makes the Bitcoin wallet address mentioned, and the hacker does not send the private key yet. So what Alicia does is she pays the amount asked by the attacker, and then too she doesn't get the key to unlock her system. So she gets a manager. He tells that the email she received was remember we talked about phishing some time back, and the phishing email had something called a ransomware. So Alicia regrets for not deleting the email and operating her system by not updating her antivirus software. Always update your antivirus softwares. So this was a ransomware attack. And ransomware attacks have been on rise like anything, especially over 2020 and 2021, because people are operating system, whole organizations moved online, right? Offices were closed down. So everything was happening only online. What happens in ransomware is that it is a form of malware that encrypts the victim's file. So if you have ransomware on your system, an attacker installed it, then all your files will be locked down. You will not be able to access your system, and the attacker may ask for a ransom or some amount to be paid to restore the access and everything. So what you can do is do not click on links that appear from unknown sources because it can be phishing. Keep everything updated. Again, firewalls, antivirus softwares, your Windows operating system, keep everything updated because updates come in the first place to prevent security incidents from happening. Why do we get updates? Do you wonder? Just not because we get some new fancy themes and backgrounds and all, but it is also so that your system security increases as you update. Remember to take real-time backups. If you are operating in an organization, it is very important to create backups because that would help. Even if the attacker, suppose in this case, the attacker got access and was not giving the key to restore something, then you have backups, then you can restore functioning. Right. So there was a ransomware attack that I love to talk about. Colonial Pipeline ransomware attack. It happened on a Colonial Pipeline, which is a USA based company. And when Colonial was, so Colonial Pipeline is the biggest petrol supplying firm or the gas supplying firm in USA. And when this cybersecurity attack happened, their functioning stopped. What happened was gas prices rose, not just in USA, but in neighboring state and even in, Asia Pacific region. The gas prices, just got up like anything. And people panicked that there will be no gas supply because the biggest pipeline has been damaged. So people rushed to gas stations and, got all their, gas, vehicles filled with gas and everything. And this created a havoc, basically. And Colonial had to pay around $4 million as a ransom to get this back. And Colonial was attacked in the first place because they were not using multi-factor authentication that I was talking about earlier. They were just using a single layer of authentication, that is a password. So Colonial Pipeline ransomware attack almost covers all the cyber crimes that I discussed today. So this is a very important case study because it was one of the biggest organizations in USA and it got attacked. So people were looking at it and they didn't have a secure cyber security plan in place. They didn't have any backups. So their working stopped and it took millions of dollars for Colonial Pipeline to recover from that attack, right? So why this attack happened? This attack was taken place by a Russia-based hacker group, and these actors are providing ransomware as a service. So if some XYZ person pays that group to attack an organization, they will very easily do that, right? So moving on, I talked about what not to do and what are the kinds of cyber crimes. Now I will be talking about how to be cyber safe. Tip number 1, please never share your intimate photos with anyone and report to trusted person if they are shared with you. Second, only communicate and accept friend requests from people you know personally. We saw a lot of cyber crimes erupting for they start from a social media platform. Hence, whenever we are on social media, we should be very vigilant whom we want to communicate with, who we want in that small world, and what do we want to put on our small world to show what we are, right? So only communicate with people you know personally, because there have been various cybercrime cases on people interacting with strangers and then going to meet them and something not very good happening later, be it cyber stalking, cyber bullying, etc. So please just communicate with people you know personally. Third, be mindful of the personal information you share online. Often people even, there was a trend on Instagram where people were uploading reels. You must be aware of what are reels. So people were uploading reels of their balance in PhonePe. Now, somewhere they don't understand that they were entering the UPI pin on the video and they were uploading it publicly. Can you imagine if some attacker gets access to your UPI pin and knows your phone number and everything, and somewhere, they can commit a cybercrime against you. So please be mindful of the kind of personal information you share online, because it can never be taken down. As I said, once you post something publicly on the internet, you cannot take it back. So please think twice putting any information, even your whereabouts, right? We saw the case of cyber stalking. Prevent sharing more than needed information on internet. Internet, using it as a means of entertainment, social media especially using it as a means of entertainment, awareness, etc. is very good. But when you start sharing start oversharing, it may be not that fruitful and it can even cause damage. Keep the passwords and login information private. Do not share your passwords with anyone. When I say of passwords, think of them like toothbrushes, right? Your passwords are like your toothbrushes. Do you ever share your toothbrush with someone, even your loved ones? You don't, right? So hence, don't share your passwords. Passwords are something that should be kept self-private. Also, prevent storing passwords in your phone numbers. I have seen people storing their credit card pin, the pin that you need for operating ATM, in their phone as a contact, or on WhatsApp, sharing it with their loved one or someone else. Please prevent from doing that, because these are the kinds of information that attackers can easily get. So if some scammer is behind you or some other person, it will be very easy for them to get through your banks and bank accounts and whatnot. Keep your login information private too. Yes, please don't share your login, especially your social media accounts with anyone. Fifth, think before you type, right? Whenever you are publishing anything on the internet, think about the 5 factors. Is it true? like, because a lot of people have been in, especially in COVID-19, right? There were a lot of rumors going on, or fake news being circulated, that this happened, that happened, these many COVID cases are on the rise, a prime minister is doing that, this, all these sort of misinformation can panic people, especially in cases like COVID-19, when everyone was locked down in their home. So is it true? Will it be helpful to someone? Sometimes people get aggravated, and they get aggressive, and they want to post information on places like Twitter. So think that, will it be helpful to someone? Will it inspire someone? Is it inspired? And is it necessary, right? As I said, that do you need necessarily a link, which restaurant do you go daily? No, right? So if it is not necessary, please don't upload it. And is it kind? Of course. This can be a thinking. If everyone starts thinking like THINK, the 5 factors I told, both cyber stalking, cyber bullying can be reduced to a great extent. So please think before you type. Tip 6, be mindful of whom you accept and links from. We saw a ransomware attack. There are other malwares too that target only a single person. Anything you receive on your email, anything you receive through SMS, through WhatsApp. There's another scam on WhatsApp going on, right? That people receive audio clip and some poster from a number, or from a Pakistan-based number, like +90 and +92 or +90, I don't know. But they receive a number, a message from some Pakistani number, and that says that you have been selected for some WhatsApp bonus or things like that. They are totally fake, and please don't believe things. Please don't click on any links they share with you. Certain links that click on this link and avail this offer. Please be mindful before clicking on any files and links. At least think twice that, okay, is it even possible? For example, that girl who got that, who got in that handbag scam, if she would have thought that, okay, is it even possible that I will get a 5,000 rupees handbag just for rupees 500, and that too I will receive an SMS for that? No, right? You can go to that shopping app and see for
Ma'am, again we are not getting your voice, ma'am. Some network glitches are there. Ma'am, am I audible? Ma'am, please leave the session and rejoin us again. Participants, please stay with us. This is the one of the drawback of virtual platform. Ma'am will join us soon, as we are seeing some tips, some important tips about the cyber security. Ma'am have discussed many terms like call spoofing, phishing, cyberbullying, profile hacking, ransomware, cyber stalking. And ma'am is narrating some stories with respect to the terms. So I hope ma'am will join us very soon, as we are able to connect through this virtual platform. That is the positive point of this platform, but this is also a negative point that sometimes we are not able to get proper strength of network. That's why we are not able to communicate with our audience. So don't break our link. Ma'am will join us soon. Just wait for only 1 or 2 minutes again also.
ये क्या कर रहे हैं? हाँ
Hello.
मैम को आप बोलना है ना?
Hello.
Yes, you are audible. Yes.
Yes, ma'am,
Yeah.
audible.
Sorry, ma'am. My internet connection was lost, so I disconnected.
No, ma'am.
Can you
No, ma'am, no, sorry.
till which slide I was like audible and visible?
Tip 6. Tip number 6.
Okay. Okay, got it. Thank you. So be mindful of whom you accept files and links from. Please don't accept files and links from someone you don't trust. It can lead to a major attack like a ransomware attack, your phone getting locked out. Imagine a life without your phone. You cannot, right? Hence, securing a device that you use the most in the whole day is very important. So don't click files and links from someone you don't know, and don't accept any sort of don't fall prey of such offers, unrealistic offers. And the last tip, check the source of information for reliability, please, because see, if it is a reliable source, you trust them like your mother, father, some very close friend, then it's okay. But if you get a message like that person who was the entrepreneur, Alicia, she got a message from some stranger and she clicked on that file, right? Click on files and links that you receive from someone who is very reliable. Don't trust anyone. I was talking about WhatsApp scams too, right? People get messages from some Pakistani number, and they think that it is true, and they message and they call, and they just get scammed in turn. So check the source of information for reliability. Don't trust someone blindly, especially on the internet with everything getting online. Please don't trust until your source is reliable. So, and then keep your social media accounts private and secure. I've talked about this a lot, so I will not take more time of yours and talk about it again and again. But please keep your accounts private and secure. See, privacy is needed, and if you don't, start keeping your information private, it can later be used by attackers or some sort of stalkers or bullies. Someone will use it or misuse it, and there will be consequences. So please prevent, prevention is better than cure. So please prevent it by keeping your information private and secure. So this was my presentation. I would love to answer any questions that you have on cyber safety. Again, I would like to thank a lot to, IPS Academy for organizing it, and Research Foundation India for their support. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for sharing your valuable knowledge and making us aware of cybersecurity threats. If you have any doubt and question related to the webinar, you can send email on SOCIPS Academy. Teamwork is dreamwork. With this line, I would like to welcome Associate Professor Nikita Sharma, ma'am, SOC Academy for vote of thanks. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Jessica, for inviting me. My
Thank you,
sincere
Jessica, for
to each
inviting
and
me.
everyone present here for
My
making
sincere
this
thanks
event
to each
successful.
and everyone present here for making today's event successful.
We are able to
By
make
your precious presence, we are able to make the event what it was. Firstly, on behalf of School of Computers IPS Academy, I, Assistant Professor Nikita Sharma, extends a really heartily thanks to Dr. Saurabh Jain, Chairman and CEO of RFI, Dr. Ashok Kumar Gupta, CMD of RFI, Dr. Priyadarshini Agnihotri, South Board President of RFI, Professor Ajay Jain, National Coordinator and President Research and Development RFI. A special thanks to Dr. Manish Kundli, Principal, Associate IPS Academy, and our today's speaker, Ms. Arushi Kulwal, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am, for the wonderful session based on security decoded, a glimpse at general security measures of everyone. I present my sincere gratitude to you for presenting such a valuable presentation and guiding us. We are extremely grateful to you for this wonderful session. Ma'am, as you have included different terms like call spoofing, phishing, cyberbullying, profile hacking, ransomware, cyber stalking. That was very interesting to hear, ma'am, and the stories that you put with respect to every term, that was also very interesting, and you the things very clearer in that simple way. So thank you so much, ma'am. And thanks to all participants for sparing your time from your busy schedule to grace the event. Thank you so much. It was really a great privilege and honor for me to represent vote of thanks. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. The smallest deed is better than the greatest deed. And with this line, I want to end today's webinar. Thanks a lot and have a nice day.
Thank you so
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you,
Thank you,
RFI team.
RFI team.
Thank you,
Thank you, Dr.
Dr.
Ajajan, sir.
So the
So
session
the
is over
session is
now.
over now.
You can post your query
On email ID.
Thank you, ma'am.
लीव कर दो अपन ने तो डाली नहीं है email ID पर ठीक है।
ईमेल आईडी भी नहीं पता।